Hello, hello, hello. Hashtag Craft Space Refresh 2026. Hashtag 1 hour better. So this was just shy of an hour. I think it was like 48 minutes, 47 minutes. And I did speed this up to 2 times speed because it's watching me clean, and watching that for an hour is bad enough. Watching it for 23 minutes is bad enough. Watching it for an hour, probably wouldn't retain a whole lot of people. So, did this on 2 time. You'll see to the left, those top 9 cubbies have been rearranged to make things a little more easier for me to get to, as well as like get them in line of sight better. So hopefully I get better at using my supplies that I have. Pardon me. Right now I'm going to focus on the 9 holes that are to my right currently, which does require kind of moving some stuff around. These fabrics that I'm moving right now, I don't know that that's going to be their permanent home. It's antique doilies and handkerchiefs, like vintage handkerchiefs. But I wanted to be able to move what's in this cubby over there, because that kind of essentially has become my non-paper, non-page ephemeral wall. So I want to move over these money bands and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's where those tags went. Haven't seen them in a while. Again, that's part of this refresh process, is getting reacquainted with the supplies that you have. Unfortunately, the box that those were in is broken. But luckily, more stuff just falls out on its own. Luckily, I have another box that is actually smaller than the one they were in, which is great, because when I first put those tags into that piano roll lid, it was full from end to end, and I've only got like a third of those tags now, so they fit in a much smaller box, which is nice. So over in that second cubby in, 4th down, that has 3 boxes of $10,000 money bands. I'll be putting this box of tags in there. Trying to remember what else. I do believe that I'm like, get out of my way. My cross stitch stand is like always, seems like I'm always in my way, always moving it. Also going over into that space there, I have 4 boxes of clothing, like sales tags, in peach, yellow, green, and blue. So that's those 4 boxes that I moved over there. So this whole process, the purpose of the Craft Space Refresh, the purpose of the 1 hour better, is to restructure, reorganize, consolidate, get all of your stuff into a workable space. And ideally, getting things put away. So moving this stuff around, I now have all of my envelopes, with the exception of that brown box right there, because it didn't fit on the shelf once everything was there. But that full row right there that I'm working on is all junk mail envelopes. And again, if you saw my last video, you'll know that's not all the envelopes that I have, which is why I'm doing a series on how to use up junk mail envelopes and stuff. I really struggled with where to put that box. It's actually cards with envelopes that I purchased when I was working. And I would send birthday cards. I would send them out as birthday cards to my clients. But I'm not working anymore, so I went through all this. Again, I'm moving the envelopes up. Those are the big mailer envelopes in the goldenrod and the white. I've got more over on another shelf. Be right back. So after I get all the envelopes up here, and I move this stack of papers down, it's a lot of paper. It's actually sales invoices from a salvage yard in Oregon that went out of business. And I messaged them and they sent me this entire, I think it was 2 cases of these. And I do use them as signatures. I use them, break them down, use them as ephemera. But as you'll see, there's a lot of them. So those are going down in the very bottom of my shelf next to the other massive amount of carbon papers that I have, which came from my husband's work. They're dot matrix, and when they went to laser printer, they could no longer needed it, so he brought me the case of their sales papers home. Whoop, dropping stuff. So I have a lot. I have a lot of both of those. It takes up both of them. Each one of them takes up a full cubby. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, now what? I'll sort of stretch my back out a little bit, but I'm like, I couldn't get that last stack in there, so I'm like, I was getting really frustrated. And I'm like, okay, let's separate this out. Moving the file, creating one cubicle. It's all file folder stuff. File folders, organization folders, hanging file folders. All of those are going into that middle cubby there. That cubby actually ended up being a catch-all. Like whenever I was just trying to get stuff out of my way on the table, I would just stick it in the cubby. And, you know, there's a better way to do things. Those manila envelopes, they don't end up staying there, because at the end of the day, I ended up wanting all of the business forms that I have there that I use for signatures. I wanted all of that on one row, like my envelopes are. So I'm like thinking, okay, how do I move? How do I move? Where do I go next? Still trying to find a place for this stupid cards. Step back, take a look. And it goes at this point that I'm like, yeah, I want all of my files together. Oh, nope, not yet. Pulling all the file folders and stuff over from the next shelf over. Again, getting things together all in the same space. I use those folders for making folios. I use them for die cutting. I mean, I could make signature covers if I wanted to, but I don't typically do that in my journals. I'm like, oh great, I found another book. So first column, third row. Those are all of my ephemera books. And yeah, they're taking up a lot of space. I didn't realize I had so many, actually. Any minute now, the pile's just gonna go floop. Oop. See, told you. Like, stay. And that next set of cubbies over is gonna cause me some stress. I'm like, what next? I'm contemplating, do I really want to move what I already put up there so that I can have all of my business forms on the same row? Yep, I'm gonna have to do it. I have to do it. I just have to. So, envelopes are moving again. This is definitely an example of like a measure twice, cut once situation. I use those mailers to make single signature journal covers, as well as actually using them as mailers. So that's what I use to mail out the paper packs that I sell on my Etsy, is those big those manila envelopes. First round of business forms. I'm like, yeah, watch me struggle. It's like, what about the... Good thing I muted or you would have heard me cussing. All I'm doing here is the stuff that was laying on top of stacks, I'm moving over into that cubby. Problem is, things don't want to stand up. I did finally put those, that box of cards with envelopes in the back of that. It just means if when I want to use them, I gotta dig for them. But so be it. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Something at the table. Don't know what. Pulling out that paper. Try to figure out that's my next step. Is the next cubby over is all of the different papers that I use for signatures. And all of my books that I use to alter books. I use them as base pages. Yeah, all the things. So getting my brown paper back up off the floor, putting it in that top cubby above all the other brown paper that I have there. And I'll be right back because I have more. Whoa, almost fell over the garbage. Oh, yeah. More things that are go to with that journal that I'm gonna make. Whoop. Oh, this shelf. I love the little paper organizers, but at the end of the day, that creates a whole lot of wasted space inside a cubby. Coffee dyed embroidery floss holders. I started to put them over there and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to put those with my tags. I just toss them on the table for now. This whole stack of envelopes. Not envelopes, pockets. Who knows when I made them? I don't remember. I'm going to move that yellow and pink cardstock over with the rest of the cardstock. This is where the drama will begin, is doing that next set of shells, because I have so much that I still need to put away and I don't know how it's all going to fit. I'm like, now, what am I going to put in that one? What do I put in that one? It's funny, I just filmed this and I've already forgotten. Maps. My basket of maps. That's right. That's right. I do still have a basket of maps on the floor, but those are ones that I have listed on my Etsy. I'm like, oh, I have more brown paper out in the dining room. Be right back. Be right back. Get this stuffed up into that cubby, and then we will be done with this video. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying this. If you see any things that you like, let me know. I'm willing to part with stuff. I'll just charge you for shipping, so hit me up in the comments. Talk to you later. Bye.